Hello and welcome to this video series about Denodo for AWS. Denodo for AWS comes in two flavors: Denodo Platform for AWS and Denodo Standard for AWS. That is the version we will cover in these videos to start building data virtualization solutions on AWS. Here you can see the main benefits of Denodo Standard in cloud marketplaces. Get started more quickly with a 30-day trial. Flexibility of pay-as-you-go options, hourly pricing to low risk and commitment. Connect, combine and consume up to 5 data sources. Cost savings from reduced setup and management to integrate and deliver data compared to other approaches. Includes Denodo Solution Manager for free, production virtual machine, hourly charge, and development virtual machine for free. And finally, ability to leverage cloud spend commitments via private offers for annual pricing and multi-year contracts. Here we can see the main page for the Denodo Standard 8.0 in the AWS Marketplace. The deployment comprises a CloudFormation template which consists of 4 components: the Denodo Solution Manager to orchestrate and manage the overall setup, a virtual data port server that can be deployed as a production instance, a UAT or testing environment, and a development instance. Let's review now the pricing. There is no charge for the Solution Manager or the development instance as they are included in the hourly price, while the production and testing type environments are billed separately at an hourly rate and can be started shut down per your needs. Under the pricing tab, the T-type EC2 instances are meant for the Solution Manager and thus are showing a $0 price, while the 4 cores such as the M5 X Large type for production use is priced at an hourly rate. Besides, users can also choose to do an annual subscription, as you can see on the Annual tab, or a private offer. To get started, you need first to make sure you fulfill the required prerequisites. That is, you must have an AWS account. You are responsible for operating your own AWS account. You can launch the Denodo Standard in that AWS account. You will need a valid key pair in order to launch the Denodo Solution Manager Standard instance. If you don't have one, or you want to create a new one, you can check how to do it in the link to the Amazon documentation provided by this Denodo manual. During the setup process, you will also need to choose the Virtual Private Cloud, VPC hereinafter, and subnet where you want the Denodo Solution Manager to be installed. Once the prerequisites are fulfilled, follow the AWS Marketplace subscription steps. That is, click on Continue to subscribe. On the next screen, after reviewing the terms and conditions, click on Continue to Configuration. On the next screen, select the desired AWS region. For this example, I select Europe, Stockholm. After this, click on Continue to Launch. And finally, on the next screen, select the Launch CloudFormation action. And then click on Launch to start the process of configuring and starting the Denodo Solution Manager. In order to launch the Denodo Solution Manager Standard instance, it is necessary to create a stack by launching a CloudFormation template provided with the offering. A stack is a collection of all the required AWS resources that you can manage as a single unit. Once this stack is created, you will be able to use the Solution Manager to configure, start, and manage your Denodo environments. In this case, after clicking Launch in the previous step, you will be asked to choose the stack template. The template is provided with the offering, so you only need to click on Next. Now, follow these steps. On the Create Stack screen, enter the stack name. For instance, stack Denodo 01. Then, select the VPC and the subnet. Remember that the subnet must belong to the selected VPC. I will choose VPC Denodo 01. In this case, I will select a public subnet belonging to the selected VPC, public subnet 01. Then, select the instance type. In this case, I will choose T3 large as T2 large is not available for this region. Then, select the key pair. In this case, my key pair 01. Remember that if you don't have one, or you want to create a new one, you can check how to do it in the link to the corresponding Amazon documentation provided by this Denodo manual. Then, select the allowed IPs. you can provide the IP range in CIDR block format that is allowed to access the Solution Manager instance. In this case, I select this one, all zeros/0, to allow access to all IP addresses. Optionally, specify the security group for the instance. This defines who is allowed to access the launch instance. You can define a range of IP addresses that are allowed to access the Solution Manager instance. Note that by default, it allows access from all IPs. In advanced configuration, however, you can specify the identifier of a custom security group. If you specify a value for this field, the security group will be used and the value for the allowed IPs will be ignored using the configuration of this security group. If you don't specify a security group, the template will automatically create a default one with the specified allowed IPs. Then, click on Next to continue. In the Configure Stack Options screen, a number of advanced options are offered. You don't need to modify any of the default values, so you can simply click Next to continue. In the Review screen, you can review the options you selected during the configuration process. If you don't want to change anything, click Create a Stack at the bottom. Note that the creation of the stack takes a few minutes to complete. You can see the progress of the operation in the Events tab.